வீடியோ ஆடியோ மட்டும் எடுத்துட்டேன். ஆடியோ
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Hello.
Hello, Guess, can you hear my voice? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, thank you, sir. So we shall start. Yes, so it is my pleasure to address you who are the young minds of today and the responsible citizens of tomorrow. Hello, Prolonging this morning further and to begin with today's program, I,
Yes, sir.
on behalf of the Department of Commerce, heartily welcome the dignitaries of this webinar. Yes. Reverend Dr. Godwin Rufus S.J., the principal of our college, Reverend Dr. John Prasam S.J., the rector of our college, Reverend Dr. Gilbert Camillus S.J., the secretary of our college, Dr. A. Sundararaj, deputy principal of Shift 2, Ms. S. Rajeshwari, the head of the Department of Commerce, and the resource persons of today's webinar. Dr. S. Kumararajan, Director, Madurai Smart City Limited, Mr. Bhaskaran, HR Specialist and Trainer, Puducherry, Dr. R. Seran Madevi, Associate Professor, Department of Professional Studies, Christ University, Bangalore, Dr. J. Ashok Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, Dr. Swaruparani, Associate Professor, KPR College, Coimbatore, and all the other professors of our college and my dearest friends. A warm good morning and God bless you all. Today, we have gathered here for a national webinar on the topic of education, finance, marketing, challenges and threats in digital era, organized by the Department of Commerce. Moving to our today's programs, I invite Mr. Michael Jason to grace this event with God's presence. Let us prepare ourselves for the opening prayer. Education, finance, marketing, challenges and threats in digital era, organized by the Department of Commerce. Moving to our today's programs, I invite Mr. Michael Jason to grace this event with God's presence. Let us prepare ourselves for the opening prayer. Education, finance, marketing, challenges and threats in digital era, organized by the Department of Commerce. Moving to our today's programs, I invite Mr. Michael Jason to grace this event with God's presence. Let us prepare ourselves for the opening prayer. Education, finance.
Dear God, thank you for all the blessings you have bestowed upon us. We are truly grateful for them. Thank you for allowing us today to meet and share our knowledge and time with one another in this webinar. May you extend your divine wisdom to our speaker so that he would be able to impart effectively his God given knowledge to all of us. May he be blessed as he continues to bring his expertise to people who need them. Amen. Thank you for allowing us today to meet and share our knowledge and time with one another in this webinar. May you extend your divine wisdom to our speaker so that he would be able to impart effectively his God given knowledge to all of us. May he be blessed as he continues to bring his expertise to people who need them. Amen. For allowing us today to meet and share our knowledge and time with one another in this webinar. May you extend your divine wisdom to our speaker so that he would be able to impart effectively his God given knowledge to all of us. May he be blessed us
Thank you, Master Jason.
expertise to people.
Now I invite the head of the department, Professor Ms. S. Rajeshwari, to address the gathering with a welcome speech. Thank you, Master Jason. Now I invite the head of the department, Professor
Honorable
Ms. S.
resource person,
Rajeshwari, to address the gathering with a welcome speech.
Dr. J. Ashok Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur. Distinguished delegates, Reverend Dr. Rector, Reverend Dr. Secretary, Reverend Dr. Principal, respected Deputy Principal. Beloved teaching fraternity, respected industrialists, ladies and gentlemen, loving students. Good morning and a very warm welcome to this one-day national webinar on 27/10/21. We, the faculty and students of the Department of Commerce, are truly honored and delighted to organize this webinar for this academic year 2021-2022. At present, we are the biggest department of AAC, having almost 500 students. Besides, we are proud to have you all here at this important juncture. Our college has the unique distinction of bringing together such a large number of talents and young minds driven towards success and passion for vibrant and intense exchange of views, knowledge, and experience. On this great occasion, we are privileged to have the Honorable. Our college has the unique distinction of bringing together Resource person Dr. J. Ashok Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, among us. He will deliver the inaugural address. Sir, I extend a very warm welcome to you on behalf of the Department of Commerce and all of us present here today. We are indeed thankful to you that despite your Assistant Professor, Department of Management, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Tiruvarur, among us. He will deliver the inaugural address. Schedule which is very busy. You have taken time out to be with us. Our sincere gratitude and hearty welcome to you, sir. Friends, this webinar is taking place at a time when a slew of historic reformers in India are laying the foundation for greater formalization and digitalization of the economy, creating the right institutional mile for markets to work as an instrument of growth, efficiency, and inclusion. Many legacy issues which have had tempered market mechanism in the past are fast fading away, providing a much larger canvas for the instrumentality of commerce. AEC is plentifully blessed with great and kind men like Reverend Rector. His kindness is always a blessing and charm to all of us. We are indeed to have you amidst us, dear Father Rector. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, I extend my hearty welcome to you, dear Father.
principal of our college, to enlighten the student community with his presidential address.
Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Secretary, the Deputy Principal, Dr. Sundaraj, the resource person of the day, Dr. J. Ashok Kumar, and the Department of Commerce for Arul Anandar College, Mrs. S. Rajeshwari, wonderful professors, learned dignitaries, and my dear student friends. A very good morning to you all. It's a wonderful day that the Department of Commerce has come together, uniting different people from different states in a beautiful national webinar called Education, Finance, Marketing, Challenges and Threats in the Digital Era. We all know that the Department of Commerce is the biggest in Karumathur, Arul Anandar College. At the same time, this department is also the foundation for many other departments because it is through transactions and communications that things are set forth. Transaction is one of the key elements of commerce. And with communication, they are better equipped and they rule the world. A world minus commerce or economics is zero because the world cannot thrive on. The world has moved from ages to ages. From the nomadic age, we moved on to a variety of ages called the Stone Age, where commerce was involved. Iron Age, the commerce again gained significance. Bronze, agriculture, industrial, technical, and now you have stepped on to digital. Of all the innovations done in these ages, digital seems to be very quick in progress. Within a matter of 15 years, things have appeared and disappeared in many a way. For an example, a dream to an industry was a big computer in 1986. But in 1996, almost any middle-class person got a laptop on his pocket, on his shelf, on his table. And within some time, this laptop is thrown off to a large extent. And we have everything in a cell phone. Now, instead of going to a big industry, instead of going to a factory, instead of having a big space for business, a person can communicate and transact business in a very small cubicle even with this little machine called the mobile phone. Everything has become digitalized. But there are people who use it for fun's sake. There are people who use it for entertainment's sake. And there are people who use this for cheating people. There are people who use this for grabbing money. There are people who use it to plunder money. And there are few, even among us, who have lost money. Some time ago, one of my relatives invested his big amount in something called Fly World. He was very happy. He invested 20,000 rupees first, and within 4 months, he got more or less 1 lakh. He was very happy. And not only he invested 1 lakh, he invested more than 10 lakhs at one time, and now he has lost all the money. This is not the case of one of my relatives alone. There are plenty of people. And they always, when you read it in advertisements, the playing rummy and you get some money. But at the end, there will be something called risk factors, terms and conditions, which we people fail to read, or we just take it for granted. The Department of Commerce, in a wonderful way, has come together on this wonderful day to think of the digital era in terms of education, in terms of finance, in terms of marketing, at the same time, the challenges and threats involved in it. I'm happy 5 resource persons from different fields are here with us on this wonderful day to talk with us, to deliberate with us, and to serve as great resource persons so that we get educated in the field of education and marketing in this digital era. I wish the Department of Commerce all the very best during this webinar so that you gain something, and you prosper towards a greater life. There are people amidst us who have used this and lived towards prosperity, but there are people who have gone to poverty. Some have become masters of the digital era, but many have become slaves to the digital era. Some have become technical savvy, and others have become technical illiterates in spite of having education. On this wonderful day, I wish the Department of Commerce of Arul Anandar College, Karumathur, all the very best for arranging such a wonderful national seminar, which will not only be useful for our students and our faculty members, but also will be very useful for the people around the world and very especially in India. I appreciate this venture of the Department of Commerce and all the professors, and I expect a little more from them so that our students are put to the right pedestal to rule the world. At the same time, with humility, understand the plight of the situation. Again, I wish you all the best and have a great going. Thank you. God bless you.
Dear Father Principal, thank you for your enriching and thought-provoking message. Now, I invite Reverend Dr. John Pragasam S.J., the rector of our college, to deliver the felicitation address.
Please unmute further.
Father, can you please unmute your mic, Father? We didn't hear your voice, Father.
There is some technical problem maybe with Father's mic system, I don't know. So he's saying you go ahead. It looks like that.
Shall we continue with the other program, Father, then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, Father. Yes, okay.
Now, I invite Reverend Dr. Gilbert Camillus S.J., the Secretary of our college, to deliver the felicitation address.
Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Principal, respected Professor, Deputy Principal, the head of the department, the members of the faculty, the special invitees, and dear my students, very good morning to all of you. I hope you hear me. Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
sir, absolutely.
Yes, Father.
Okay.
Yes, Father.
First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to participate in this inaugural program of the Department of Commerce. And secondly, I would like to appreciate the department, the faculty, especially the head of the department, the professors and the students and the organizers who have organized this wonderful webinar. The topic is a very fitting one to the modern day, and it is a current topic. It's a very concrete to the modern needs of the day. That means education, first of all, is a very important one to all the students, to everybody, and finance, marketing challenges, also the digital side you have touched upon. So I'm happy that you are having this wonderful webinar. So I would like to ask the students to participate in this very eagerly, because you are going to learn some new skills by participating through this webinar. And the department has spent quite a lot of time to think about this topic and organize this, and special invitees are here. So by participating in this program, you accumulate new knowledge and new ideas, which will be eventually helpful for you to become a great entrepreneur in future. And the government is helping you to begin any kind of startup program. So as a commerce students, you should be looking for beginning a startup program. Our government, Indian government and the Prime Minister, they have given you this opportunity. So try to find out some startup program and begin your career while you are studying here in this college. So I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. God bless you. Have a wonderful deliberations. Thank you.
MC, can you hear me now?
Yes, Father, I'm able to
Yes,
hear
Father.
you.
Father, we are able to hear you.
Okay, I have put on the earphone, so it
Okay.
seems to be working. Okay. So first of all, let me say hello to you all. And when Madam Rajeswari approached me to say a few words on this occasion of the webinar, I was wondering what to say, but the phrase digital era caught my eyes, and you see what it can do to you when you're all prepared to give a speech and suddenly the audio fails. And this is one of the challenges of our digital era. Okay, so there are many challenges, there are many advantages, all of us know. And I just prepared a small text based on some information. How one of the challenges is affecting even our own institution, because we are all situated in a rural background, and whether our students studying here or living around us are in a position to benefit by this digital era, how much they are able to benefit by these means is a question mark, because people talk about very much in India about the digital divide. Who are all profiting by this digital revolution in this era? That is a question. And of course, there are many advantages because of the lockdown. They say that digital adoption escalated by 5 years in advance. That means what would have happened after 5 years has happened in advance because of the urgency of the matter. Because when colleges were closed, no, still we wanted to have our classes go on. So the digital medium has helped us so much. So you see a lot of advantages in having the digital revolution among us, but there are also drawbacks. Let me say some advantages on this. While COVID-19 propelled a 500% increase in telehealth consultations, a structural shift towards online shopping, with retail reaching 95% of Indian districts and digital payments touching the 100 million transactions per day mark, it amplified another trend. It's called the gendered digital divide. People talk about how the absence of digital access is leaving Indian women behind. Indian women are 15% less likely to own a mobile phone and 33% less likely to use mobile internet services than men. India had the widest gender gap in internet usage in recent years, a gender gap of 40%, with only 15% of women accessing the internet versus 25% of men. They point out three gender-based digital divides in our, particularly among the women. One is the rural-urban digital divide, such that rural broadband penetration is only 29% against a national average of 51%. The second point is income-based digital divide between households. The third one is intra-household discrimination prevents women from equitably accessing digital devices within the domestic sphere, which in turn widens the gender-based digital divide. So you can see the advantages for men in comparison with women. Moreover, digital illiteracy and unfamiliarity with the digital platforms also deter our women entrepreneurs from moving to online marketplaces post-COVID-19. So, providing equitable access to smartphones and the internet will equip our women with the knowledge and resources they need to effectively participate in the national economy. So these are some of the words that I thought would give some kickstart to your discussion, and certainly resource persons will be able to answer some of these concerns of our country, which at the same time can deter the digital growth because challenges are always there. New challenges come about, but forums like this will address such issues so that we always march forward. With these few words, I congratulate the department and the head of the department for taking up this initiative in order for our students to learn more about the topic and go ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for your valuable sharings. Now, I invite Dr. A. Sundarraj, the Deputy Principal of SIFT 2, to deliver the felicitation address.
Respected Reverend Father Rector, Reverend Father Dr. John Pragasam, respected Reverend Father Secretary, Reverend Father Dr. Gilbert Camillus, respected Reverend Father Principal, Reverend Father Dr. Garvin Rufus, today's resource person, Dr. Ashok Kumar, Mrs. Rajeshwari, convener of the program and head of the Department of Commerce with Computer Applications, and Dr. Ignatius, the organizing secretary of the program, faculty members of the Department of Commerce with CA, participants from other institutions, and my dear students, good morning. At the outset, I appreciate the efforts taken by the Department of Commerce with Computer Applications in organizing a one-day webinar on the challenges and threats of digital marketing on education, finance, and marketing. As we all know that the year 2020 was a challenging year and totally a confusing year. It was in a state of complete disorder. All are affected largely by the pandemic. It has affected all the sectors, including service sector, finance, education, industry, agriculture, and marketing itself, and also other sectors. The situation has led to the concept of work from home and increased online business, online learning, online teaching, and so on. Today, in the digital era, we cannot avoid the use of these technologies, digital technologies, in every activity, in every sector. Digitalization has played a crucial role in the development of any country. It is reported that about 75 to 80% of marketing takes place through organized digitalization. Accordingly, there is a change in consumer behavior. Today's consumer is tech savvy, socially empowered, information rich, and lacking time. As far as India is concerned, we talk much about digital India, and definitely there are a lot of challenges also. Technological advancement even changed the nature of education, and it has revolutionized education sector completely. It has also expanded the boundaries of education, similarly all other sectors. Therefore, there are a lot of scope as well as lot of challenges for digital marketing. Researchers say that the year 2022 will be of more challenging and we'll see lot of changes in all these sectors. With these words, I wish the participants to make use of the opportunity. It is a very good platform where you will be exposed to various aspects of the topic. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. Now, I call upon Professor Mrs. P. Sahaya Princy to introduce the resource person for the inaugural address.
Thanks for welcoming, ma'am. Thanks for welcoming. At the outset, most respected, Reverend Father Dr. V. Gilbert Campbell is a secretary of the institute of the college. Reverend Father Dr. John Prakasam, rector. Then Reverend Father Dr. U. Godwin Rufus is the principal. Dr. A. Sundaraj, deputy principal. Then, the convener of this webinar, Mrs. S. Rajeshwari, head and assistant professor of, Department of Commerce, Arul Anandar College, Karumathur. And distinguished, technical session, chairs, Kamarajan sir, and Bhaskaran sir, and followed by, yes, Devi madam, associate professor, Department of Professional Studies, Christ, deemed to the university, and convener of this, webinar, Ignatius, assistant professor, and various participants from all over India and in specific in our Tamil Nadu state. And my dear students, good morning, one and all present here. So this topic is all about education, finance, marketing challenges, threats in digital era. This is the current need of this hour. So whenever we talk about digital technology, digital platforms, so all the business things, business function, it will be coming to the picture, like finance, marketing, human resource, operations, rural business marketing, then information technology enables the business. So whatever you call all the specialization, it will be coming to the picture of today's digital era. So we will be focusing on this education, finance, marketing in this digital area, and followed by we supposed to see to that the scope and challenge these aspects: education, finance, marketing, and somewhat about rural business management. So India is located something about 70% of the rural area. So we need to talk about rural development, small business management, rural entrepreneurship, all those things. Nowadays, if you look at rural entrepreneurship, if you look at in the platform of digital era, digital technology driven, then it is all about technopreneurship, rural entrepreneurship. It will be converted into the rural technopreneurship. So I'm having the case at the last. Let me explain that particular case as well. So moving to the this topic, COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the digital transformation. Exactly. In particular, the need for the digital connectivity to replace the physical interaction between the consumer and providers. And in the process, that produce financial services will be even more important as economists, financial service providers, business, and individual native. The pandemic and eventual post-COVID-19 pandemic of this particular world, in the instant, the pandemic has already accelerated the shift to the digital payments. We do agree this thing. This pandemic has already accelerated the shift to the digital payments. Rightly, one professor pointed out. So how much percentage digital payment taken places in this, COVID-19 pandemic. It has also intensified e-commerce, which may benefit big technical firms and their activities in the finance. Countries with more stringent COVID-19 policies and lower community mobility experience a larger increase in the financial application, financial application that enables the financial transaction downloads in the wake of this outbreak. Finally, it may be spreading up work on central bank digital currencies as well. That digital currencies are noted as CBDS. Online learning. If I wanted to talk, or else I wanted to pitch in, online learning. Online learning has expanded exponentially in last, somewhat about 2 to 3 years due to COVID-19, because of COVID-19. Without this push, a complete shift might have been a far off possibility in the future. However, several educators, teachers, as well as students have spoken out in the favor of digital education. Despite its challenges, online education has become the preferred mode of education nowadays. So whenever we will look at that education that took COVID-19 pandemic, there is a alternative of traditional education, that is obvious e-education, online education. So we will be having different platforms to enable that online education, like Google Meet, Zoom, then Schoology.com, then MOOCs and other platforms are available nowadays. State government of Tamil Nadu also giving some facility to the school students, that is Kalvi televisions also available. That Kalvi television broadcasting about 24 varieties of the channel, whichever the students like, they will sit and learn. That is a scope. But if there is a scope in education, by the way, there is a somewhat disadvantages also there, challenges also there, threats also there. The student will not sit in front of the television. If they are sitting, their mindset, it will be going somewhere. They are not listening. That is a current situation. It is prevailing. We need to overcome the situation. We need to have some kind of the strategy to overcome that kind of situation. We need to attract the students. We need to get hold of the students. That is most important, as we are a lecturer community. So nevertheless, it would be in perspective to the belief that the online education posed no challenges. Poor internet connectivity, absence of human connection, lack of opportunity of collaborating learning, supervision of teachers, decline of hands-on learning, and poor assessment of examination. Yes, I wanted to tell this thing. Poor assessment of examination. Why? Because online examination we are conducting, the students are telling that we are writing the examinations, but here there is a poor network connectivity. We are unable to show our video and other steps. So we are unable to track hold of the student activities while writing their examination. This is very difficult. They are copying from that internet. They are using that smart digital devices with the help of the Alexa and Siri. Why? Because students are having nowadays digital device. That digital device is enabled with that Apple Siri and followed by Amazon Alexa. So just they will be asking, they will be putting their microphone, it's off mode. They will be asking question to the digital device. With the help of that particular apps, it will be that apps will be giving back them some solution or some answers. So straight away they are copying out. So a poor assessment of examination nowadays takes place. This does not take away the fact that the quick success of online learning has been severe. In the wake of this pandemic, schools around the world have had to face an almost immediate rise in the virtual classrooms. The sudden arrival has not only amplified the existing digital challenges, but presented a host of new challenges to the school management, educators, parents, students alike, right? So if you look at the resource and internet connectivity related to these challenges of giving online education, one of the main challenges for the digital education, India is having connected with the poor internet connectivity in a rural area. I'm talking about rural area. India is, surrounded 70% of the rural area, and some parts of urban area also getting disturbed. Majority of the population across India has still no access to the internet, and a large population in rural areas still illiterate in the field of digital technology. So we will give awareness to the people first. We will educate them first. We will give awareness about the technology and what kind of the apps are available, what kind of the platforms are available. So we need to educate the rural people, some sort of internship or some sort of skill development activity to be taken care by the students and the faculty members to the rural area. Then we need to educate first. So more innovation required to make the digital education more interactive and robust. Then we have shortage of trained teachers as well. Okay. Majority of obstacle in the use of digital education in the rural area is that lack of knowledge and skills among the teacher fraternity. Why? Because we people know about that digital technology and digital divine. We are able to use the digital technology, but some of the people, I don't want to highlight those people, but they are unaware about this digital platform and digital technology, how to use this digital technology to deliver the lecture and other stuff. There is a shortage of teachers formally trained on digital technology. In some of academic institutions in the rural area, school teacher and college professors are not interested in using digital tools for conducting the classes. Since we are sitting in Central University of Tamil Nadu, we will be using WebEx platform, and followed by we'll be using Zoom, and we'll be using Google Meet. But we are not using some kind of the advanced technology. It is being enabled with the students. They will be easily record our videos, and followed by based on our input, they will take a printout out of it. So Bharatdasan Institute of Management is having such kind of the technology. Okay, this is the example. So but they spend somewhat about 3 lakhs to 4 lakh rupee for getting that kind of the stuffs. So we are lack of money as well. They feel that a lot of information is explained to the students at one go through the digital medium, and they prefer traditional teaching methods of chalk and chalkboard. So obviously my students, Central University of Central University of Tamil Nadu students are telling that we get bored about online classes and other stuff. So we wanted to see you. We wanted to sit in front of the blackboard. We wanted to physically see the problems, and we wanted to ask physically some kind of the questions. So that is the student mindset nowadays. It is getting changed. So we will focus on that area as well. In the rural area, primary teacher and senior teachers are reckless to get trained and adapt the digital technology for the digital education in the school, because they are in the view that these disruptive technologies are out to replace them permanently. Okay, so as far as language is a biggest challenge. Language is one of the main barriers for the development of the digital education in India. These several different languages in different states have been spoken all over the across the country. Pushing all this digital content in these regional languages sometimes become difficult for the agencies as well. That is very difficult to see. I'm talking to you in the mode of English, that is best, but the rural student, they will not understand. We need to convert in terms of other languages. So we will be using some kind of the technology. It is called it as NLP, National Language Processing. With the help of the National Language Processing, it will record my speaking, then it will convert it into the X or Y language, whichever the benefiter needs. So that is somewhat difficult. It needs some extra money as well. In rural area, maintenance and upgradation of digital equipment is one of the major challenge. This is largely due to budgetary constraint by the government. the digital education projects in the rural schools are not self-sustainable. At initial stage, various projects have been launched by the government for the development of digital education. But later, they have not been taken due care for the maintenance of digital equipment, which is affecting the digital education development in the rural areas. It's obvious. Then some insufficient of funds as well, facilitating this digital education. As far as digital transformation in finance is concerned, lot of challenges and benefits also there. First of all, let me give a limelight of digital transformation in the finance. Digital transformation in finance is a reorganizing and reshaping of the finance and accounting function using technology to create efficient operating system and process without replacing the traditional system. While digitally led financial transformation is essential for enterprises, many financial institutions remain in those of change due to various challenges. For instance, many believe personalized customer experience should be a priority for BFSI institutions. It is called it as banking, financial service institutions, and the insurance provider. However, 41% of the respondents in the survey said that some survey has taken by that BFSI institution that says that inadequate means to integrate the technology sites prevented banks from the full data utilization. This is the current scenario. This is the situation provides. As far as some challenges and benefits of digital transformation in finance is concerned, now the trend is that fintech, it is all about financial technology. That financial technology enables that banking and operations. So that financial technology, it helps the mobile banking facilities, internet banking facilities, various like some about, for example, HDFC Bank. So this bank apps need some kind of the technological assistant. It be more. If you wanted to strengthen that app, furthermore, we need a technology, that to a financial technology. That financial technology nowadays it is called it as fintech. Fintech technology, financial technologies. With the help of the fintech technology, we will be able to equip. But challenges is that nowadays artificial intelligence is getting observed. Artificial intelligence is getting into the field. So instead of using passwords for the digital app, if you tell something to that digital device, mobile phone, it will understand your language based on your speaking, and based on your speech synthesizing technique. It will identify this is that person is owner of that particular bank account, or else we can say that the customer of that bank account is speaking. So it will identify. That is a era now. Artificial intelligence enabled service. Mobile commerce is outdated. Mobile commerce is not there. Digital internet marketing is not there. It is somewhat advanced in internet marketing, that is called it as digital marketing now. Right. So besides this industry trends, customers expect the best aims of simplicity, choice, and 24/7 instant services. Bankers nowadays they are providing, but hackers are available, thieves are available. Since the technology is getting developed, meanwhile the hackers also, they are being equipped with that particular technology, how to break out that firewall. They are breaking that firewall. So we need to protect ourselves. For that we need to work hard, and we need to develop the strong firewalls. If you wanted to develop the strong firewall, you need to work up that some kind of the application need to be developed, that application enabled with that banking operation and services. Then only we will get safeguard, right? As far as digital transformation challenges is, legacy system is there, security and compliance also there. As far as security and compliance is concerned, unlike the fintech, as I said, financial technology, that is called it as fintech, and other new financial players, bank and traditional financial institutions are subject to high security risk due to voluminous personal data and transaction records, which make it harder to execute changes while meeting the compliance requirements. It's based on security and compliance. If you look at that competition, we have a strengthened competition, competition with the fintech, institution providers and new online finance players like Amazon, Google, Facebook leaves banks also available out of this process. Customer transact directly. However, the banks are more secure and regulator, giving them edge if they go digital. So in banking, the big competition is that Google Pay and followed by Amazon Pay and Facebook also. Now they are going to come into the action. Okay, so that's what in WhatsApp being implemented, that money tagging movements. It will make use of WhatsApp and you can transfer the money. So this is the biggest threat for the banker. So now a banker, they are giving the services to the customer. They are thinking how will this competitor like Amazon, Google, Facebook, and other stuffs. Okay, this is the biggest threat for the normal banker because of this digital era. Somewhat about digital innovation is transforming financial services. Innovation in financial technologies such as mobile money, peer-to-peer, or marketplace lending, insurance technology. So insurance technology also nowadays using insurance tech, InsurTech, and crypto assets have emerged around the world. In the past decade, fintech has already given greater access to the convenience of financial services for the retail users. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence, cloud services, distributed ledger technology, DLT, are transforming wholesale markets in the areas diverse as financial market trading and regulatory and supervisory technologies. So as far as digital marketing challenges is concerned, we have a lot of challenges. So not getting lost in volume. It means that digital world is booming, and almost every business out there has taken its products and services online to reach out to the masses. According to marketing survey report by Experian, most marketers are now facing the challenge of making their brands stand out in volumes available on the internet. This eventually leads to difficulty of running a brand awareness campaign, acquiring the new customer. For this, what we have to do, we supposed to do, at least some of the products and services might be similar to what another business has to offer. There is a minor aspect that is unique to you. Discover the USP of products and services and find ways to convey the same. Conduct surveys on your existing customer and your target audience to be better understand what they are looking for and identify which needs your brand can fulfill. So somewhat about driving the traffic of the website, that is also major thread, traffic in the website. So nowadays, somewhat about 60 to 70% of the rural youths and rural youths, we will tell that youth and rural youth, they are using that internet. Due to this major chunk, this website trafficking is taken places that with the mass website trafficking, we unable to do some kind of the financial transaction and other stuffs. We are unable to get the services from the service provider. That trafficking also there. For avoiding this website trafficking and followed by website getting struck, we need to work out. We need to think for some kind of the additional points to be taking into the consideration to resolve that particular problem. Somewhat about related to the digital marketing. Digital marketing is a current trend. Digital marketing is a current trend, but we are having lack of security issues, a lot of security issues. We have come across the cases wherein online security has been compromised. The news and media keep it afresh. Since more information is shared online, hackers get more incentives to find way to get through security, shopping, bill payments, application submission, order copies, certificates, and other essential documents, and so much more stored in online for easy access. So that is a biggest threat. So hackers easily track that information. Then nowadays, the latest cinema also, they are telling that getting a information, getting a data of that particular individual, is selling the data to X or Y person, they will be getting money, as rightly principal father pointing out. So lot of mistakes and lot of cheaters are also available. Then with the help of this digital forum, they are making out of money. Followed by, we'll be having some kind of the myth towards that, some kind of the financial currencies. I wanted to tell you in this juncture some currencies are established, and it is came into the action, came into the practice in the year of so and so. So it is like cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Blockcoin, Dash, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Namecoin, Next, Peercoin, Primecoin, Ripplecoin. So we are not knowing this kind of cryptocurrency. What is the use of this cryptocurrency? How will use this cryptocurrency? Whether this cryptocurrency will give us some kind of the benefit or not. So we are in a verge of study this kind of the cryptocurrency. What is all about this cryptocurrency? What is the use of this cryptocurrency? Whether we will be accessible this particular cryptocurrency or what, we need to check it out, all those things. This is the thread for that cryptocurrency as well. This is the challenges as well. Somewhat about threats for financial constraint, deleted wallets, hardware failures, wallet corruption, upgrading older wallets. So since this is being enabled with the digital platform, all the information it being stored in a cloud. With the help of the cloud, they do retrieve your information. If they are retrieving the information, then everything goes wrong. So we need to go with a very systematic way, and we will use this digital platform in a very responsible way. What we call it as exactly responsible way. Then only we will overcome with this threats. Likely, some of the stock market also, using this digital platforms nowadays. Stock market using digital platforms. In that stock market, some risk also there. So, what kind of the risk are there in a stock market? How will overcome the risk? So, as you are young minds and beginners of this commerce field, you will study that what is the stock market, and followed by that stock market, how they are using the digital platform. In the digital platform, what are the threats are available. So we will find out the threats. We supposed to overcome the threats. So we need to work for some kind of the application, so that that application helps to resolve that threats and challenges. So you are responsible. You need to work for this. as far as digital marketing is concerned, email marketing, influencer marketing, viral marketing, mobile marketing, electronic billboards, search engine optimization, pay per click, social media marketing, content marketing. So you just have a understanding of these marketing, then digital marketing, this stuff. So what is the benefit of this particular marketing? What is the usefulness of this particular marketing? With the help of this particular marketing, whether we will be reaching the customer or not. If so, you are reaching the customer, whether exactly the customer will be getting benefit or not. If not, what is the remedy for that? So you have to work for this. With this, I will record the special thanks to Rajeshwari, Madam Head and Assistant Professor, and Reverend Father Goodwin Rufus, Sabai Principal. Thank you very much for the opportunity given. So this is all about education, finance, and marketing. We are having a scope, and as well as we are having meanwhile challenges. So we will make use of that particular scope. If you are making use of this scope, we will get benefit out of this digital platform. Threats also there, so we need to overcome the threats. As you are a young mind and followed by a young thinker, you will be thinking beyond the boundary, like a somewhat about critical thinker you are. So you do think systematically and put your effort for developing some kind of the apps and the digital application. So with the help of the digital application, you do overcome these problems. If you do so, if you start up some kind of the ideas with the help of your faculty members, both student and as well as faculty members get benefited. Then Government of India as well as State Government of Tamil Nadu also getting benefit out of that, generating of the application. So all the best. You will get an input from financial service from Kamarajan sir. So digital education vision and strategy from Bhaskaran sir, and yes, Devi madam gonna talk about digital marketing. So have a fruitful takeaway from this webinar. All the best, and God bless you. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enriching speech. Thank you is a word. When it expressed wholeheartedly, it becomes emotion. Here is our professor, Dr. A. Ignatius, to deliver the word of thanks. Thank you, sir. Now, let's start the first technical session of this webinar. Now, let's start the first technical session of this webinar on the topic of innovative techniques in financial services. Before that, I invite Professor A. Stephen Jairaj to introduce the resource person.
Good morning to one and all. Now I would like to introduce our today's resource person, Dr. S. Rajan. His services in his lifetime history a lot. Now I like to introduce a few with you. He was served as a independent director, Tamil Nadu State Transport Corporation Limited, Madurai, during the year 2017-2020. He was acting as a chairman, the Institute of Company Secretary of India, Madurai chapter, during the year 2011 and 2012. He has experience in many disciplines like senior management cadre, chief manager, Indian Bank, and worked all over the India and Sri Lanka. And acting as a company secretary, High-Tech Arul Private Limited, Japanese joint venture, manufacturing rubberized automobile components. In academic side, he has participated as a guest faculty in ICS, ICAI, CMA, Institute of Cooperative Management, and various colleges. He served as a member in Board of Studies conducted in various universities and colleges like MK University, Madurai, Mother Teresa Women University, and he was a special invitee by Ladito College, Najara College, Tyagarajar College, Madurai, and also served as a external examiner in Alagappa University, Karaikudi, University of Pondicherry, and he served as a resource person in various seminars, workshops, ICSI, ICI, banking and finance, company law, etc. In social side, he has organized and participated in investor awareness program in various colleges, universities, and public. At present, he is in a position of practicing cost accountant in independent director, Madurai Smart City Limited, Madurai, State Industry Promotion Corporation of Tamil Nadu Limited, and also acting as President Tyagaraja College Alumni Association, Madurai, and Vice Chairman, the Institute of Cost Accountant and India, Madurai chapter. With this short introduction, I invite our resource person, Dr. S. Rajan, in this session. Welcome you, sir. Thank you, Anandar.
Good morning. My sincere thanks to the college through Madam S. Rajeswari and Dr. Ignatius for allowing me to be in this seminar and share some of my experiences from the bank and some of the recent trends in the digital era. Let me start with the presentation so that it will be little more easier. Before we go into the subject, just some statistics which I have taken it shows how much the digitalization had impacted in our life. Most of the tools are all being used by the financial institutions. If you see, website is about 95%, social media 95%, online banking 85%, email 83%, mobile application 76%, digital financial 66%, and newsletter, blog, online chat is 48, 39, 37. Then anyone can easily see that how much we have been involved or we have been managed by the digital era and digitalization of financial services. If you take financial services, banking is the major player in the financial services. Of course, we all know the usual banking, accepting deposits and handling and lending the money. But how this has been inculcated through the digital area is the financial innovation. If we go to insurance sector, insurance, we all know in every walks of life, insurance is coming in, personal insurance and general insurance about health and motor vehicle insurance, all those things are all there. The other financial services, if you take the mutual funds normally, instead of investing in a capital market, either in the primary market or in the secondary market, by investing straight away to the equities, which requires some more knowledge about what is what, and one should have a demat account, and that is also another innovation. And when we talk about demat account, earlier we used to buy shares in the physical mode and transfer of shares and other things with the transfer forms, and this is to be sent to the company for retransferring in the buyer's name. Like that, it was going on. Nowadays, a demat account had been opened just like a bank account. Our account will be debited and the buyer's account will be credited like that. These things are all when ordinary common man cannot judge which company to invest and which company he has to sell, buy, like that, and following the market, and at what time we should enter into the market, at what time we should come out of the market. All those things are all certain technicalities. Of course, all these things are all can be done by even an individual if he has some basic knowledge and he can develop it. But without that, if a person who cannot spare time or otherwise can simply invest in the mutual funds, the mutual fund in turn will invest in various ways and they will give a return. This is another service. For this mutual fund also, nowadays, there are so many innovations is taking place. And earlier, they will simply invest and get some returns. Nowadays, they are having so many schemes like index funds and equity funds, debt funds, like that. There are so many things. And for this, and whether to advise, whether to invest in mutual fund or in other sectors like that, the advisors are all being, financial advisors are all being in the market, in the banks, in various other ways. These advisors are all helping. In fact, mutual fund agents like that, LIC agents, insurance agents, All these people are intermediate who will be advising the services which we should do. And of course, the wealth management is a part of other things. All these things are all being by the commercial banks and investments bank, who will be simply advising the people how to invest and how to do the things, and the insurance companies taking care of our untoward incidents or meeting the contingencies, or they are giving a kind of social traded funds, multi-family offices, and Islamic bonds. We will go one by one. What is hedging funds? What is private equity? What is weather derivatives? What is retail structured products? Exchange traded funds, multi-family offices, and all those things. These innovation relating to doing the new financial business, including online banking and telephone banking. Nowadays, whenever we go and open an account in the bank, immediately they will give one ATM card, and they will give one internet password, and they will advise, and of course one more mobile banking applications. They will advise us to do everything on our own at our convenience, and they indirectly asking us not to come to the bank. That is the way I find it. But still, earlier, if you are going to the bank for transfer of a fund, we have to go during the banking hours, say 10 to 2 or 10 to 4 or something like that. Nowadays, I can do 24/7 from my home, either through internet or by mobile. These are all the starting point with the innovations. And when we say hedging funds, these funds are all an alternative investments for those who have the money to keep the people from any losses, or it is a risk mitigating, and we can say it is an investment by a set of people who will invest or take the risk of the persons who are indulging in business. In fact, the person who are indulging in the business, they can concentrate on the business, and these hedging fund people will cover their risk in management and loss of money and assets and all those things. Of course, these are all with the various applications and various methods of calculations, how to manage and all those things. For this, these people having enough manpower, a knowledgeable financial persons to do this. Then comes to private equity. Private equity is also, see, normally instead of lending, when we take some kind of equity from the business, then it will become a private equity. It is not directly from through the public offering or through public. It is between one-to-one, the business and project with the private equity people, and they can approach the persons who are all investing privately. And these people, they are not interested in the dividend or other things. They will be interested in an appreciation in due course after, say, 5 years or 10 years. What is their planning? How they can come out of it with a higher profits. And these people are all doing the private equity. Private equity in a company is like this. Instead of lending, they participate in the capital. Then weather derivatives. Weather derivatives is an instrument for hedging against the risk of weather-related losses. See, anything happening due to disaster in due to weather, either rains or sun or otherwise, which will affect the business or product, and these people will compensate by underwriting for a premium. Retail structured products is another innovation. It is a market-linked investments in a pre-packaged structured finance investment strategy based on single security, a basket of securities, options, indices, commodities, debt, insurance, or foreign currencies, and to a lesser extent derivatives. See how these people are all making this product is they are linking this just like exchange traded funds, but they will be linking with index fund or something like that. When they do, it will be particular project, particular way. It will be doing only through this like that. When they structured it, and it is a structured product. Nowadays, even these are all being regulated in international ways. Then comes exchange traded funds. Exchange traded fund is a type of investment fund and exchange traded product. In fact, these are all traded in the exchanges. See, gold traded fund is there, index traded fund is there, and all these things are all traded in the stock exchange. That is, the difference between the mutual fund and this is this ETF is sold and bought in the stock exchange and from the straight away the owners. But mutual fund means we are giving some funds to a mutual fund who is the issuer of the mutual fund. Say HDFC is having a mutual fund means I am investing in the mutual fund of the HDFC, and if I require money means only HDFC will give his net asset value on a particular day like that. But in ETF will be owned by some XYZ, and I can buy the ETF from the XYZ directly from him through the exchange. This is the difference between the mutual fund and ETF. And this ETF and will be or can be watched by ourselves, and we have to do just like our investments in equity, shares, bonds, or something like that. But mutual funds, we need not worry anything, and it is the lookout of the mutual fund to do the work. And the ETF, normally how this functions is, see, gold trader funds means they will keep the assets in gold. Like that ETF, whenever they say what is the type of ETF, they will say the stocks, bonds, currencies, commodities, and mostly it works with the arbitrage. Arbitrage means, you know, that taking advantage of the price variance in two different market is arbitrage. This will be more or less relating to the net asset value. The most ETFs are index funds. They hold the same securities in the same proportion as a certain stock market index or bond market. Say, index fund, Nifty 50 means, what they will do is, whatever the National Stock Exchange, that top 50 shares, what are the things are all taken into the NSE index, these people will be investing it. And likewise, this will be more or less, the ETF will be in those things only, not in other areas. Then what is multifamily office? Now earlier, these before coming into the form of companies and all those things where all the people are investing, some big families say, Goengas or Birlas in India, they will be from their own business background, they will be starting their business and other things. And this will be handled by their own relatives or their own charter accountants or their own company secretaries or cost accountants. And those who are all well-knitted group of people who will be knowing each and everything of their family and their business affairs and all those things. Then this becomes an office like. All these people are all joined together and they created an entity which will give the advice to the family business. While there is no universally accepted definition, a multi-family office can generally be described as an entity that supports the complex financial needs of a specific family and act as their chief advisor, having one centralized source of information for all the family's financial matters. That is, the elderly people or who are experienced people, and finally their saying will be the accepted norm for taking a decision. Then this family office taking care of all the things, including the estate management. Then this office is run as a third-party company, just like a family trustee or administrator. See, even in if you take in Madurai, the TVS and Sons, that company will be holding all, that will be a private limited company. That company will be holding all the companies of their family, say Sri Chakra or Sundaram Industries or rubber factory, like that. All these things will be individual companies, but all these things will be managed by TVS and Sons. Like this, a third-party company will be made and they will take care of the family office and to see all the liquid and other assets also. So this kind of family business will be within their group, and that top level people will be their own family members. Most of these companies, MDs and other things will be son, father, mother, son, daughter, daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, like that. All the people will be put together and they'll be doing the business. And now, in fact, if you see the Islamic principles, they are against interest, payment of interest or receiving of interest as an income, like, because they feel it is against their principles. So how to do the business in those areas? After all, capital is required for anything and everything, and everyone has to go through the formalities of earning certain things for the investments they make it like. So what happened in those areas after the invent of the modern techniques and other things? They followed and Islamic bonds are their own method of creating a bond or investment. They call it Sharia compliant financial certificate. That is, that certificates will be as per their principles. That Sharia is one of their principles, and these investors gain practical ownership on an issuer's assets until maturity. Suppose I am investing certain money in a particular business, then I won't be getting any interest, but till the money is paid back, I will be a partial owner, which means I will be getting the profit sharing, like, or whatever the appreciation, everything, and I will be getting it in the meantime. But bond means it is simply a money lent to the issuer and obligation for repayment. Here in this financial certificate, till it is paid, it will be an investment with the company only. So this is the technicalities of Islamic bond. These Islamic bonds had come because of the modern things. If you notice, what is innovative financial technology? This technology and innovation is for methods in delivery of financial service. That is, earlier, anything is to be done. Suppose I have to remit the money to my son studying in USA. What I should do? I will go to the bank. I will pay the money to my account. I will ask the bank to send the money to a foreign country in foreign exchange conversion, everything. All these are all, I should go to the bank. Only on reaching the bank, everything will be started. So what happens? There is a time lag, and apart from the time, the work, everything is paper. Nowadays, all these things are all become paperless. Everything I can sit in the home and I can do everything through internet or mobile applications or otherwise. So all these things are all had happened because of the financial technology innovation, and this is very much helpful in the methods in delivery of financial service. See, any remittance nowadays, nobody is going to the bank. Suppose earlier I have to make the payment to the college or university for my studies. I have to go to the college, stand in the queue, and I should pay to the cashier of the college or the university, whatever it is. But nowadays, all the banks are having a mechanism of collecting the money through internet. Studies or purchase of, say, even online purchases had come, and all type of payments. Say now for goods from Amazon or Flipkart, what I do, I'm doing shopping. Finally, when I pay or by net banking, by wallet payment, Amazon Pay, or phone, or like that, various methods. In the physical currency, I need not go to a particular shop. Everything is possible only because of this innovation in the financial technology. In fact, the most beneficial in this technology is only banking. And banking, see now, the Jan Dhan accounts like that, you all would have heard about it. About 50 lakhs of accounts have been opened with the banks. And all are all by the digital methods. Even the know your customers is organized nowadays only through digital mode. My PAN card, my Aadhaar card, I can upload it in the bank's website, then automatically, and with my photo, my other documents have been taken into consideration, and it is accepted as a KYC. And after this COVID-19 pandemic, the usage through the net and mobile banking and this innovation had reached even the smallest village. Now you may wondering, and everybody may not having a small, but there is also hash 99 now. There is a methodology in doing that also. That is mobile number to number line. So these are all the things which helped the common man to get into the financial field with ease. And here I have to say something about blockchain technology. In fact, blockchain technology is a little more advanced thing, but it is simply, I will give you an overall 1 minute say. With that, and we need not discuss much on the blockchain technology. It is simply a decentralized distributed ledger of records. And this blockchain, once it is done, it cannot be corrected or modified, and nobody can interrupt, and the security is highest. That is, suppose if I am sending in money from one person to another person, I should send through the bank, and a third party will be coming. Here, in this blockchain, I'm sending the money from myself to my friend. Once it reaches that person, that will become another block. If he does any other transaction, then that will become another block. Like that, every transaction will be a block like. So it will be going on in a chain way. So it is between only the persons who are involved within that, and not any third person. And of course, this Bitcoin and other things are all being done through this. That though it is a financial innovation which is going to come in due course, this say the future will be the artificial intelligence and all those things, but till it has to catch up in the market. When you say financial innovations, mostly it is risk management, risk transfer, credit and equity generation. And this is with the crowdfunding, mobile banking technology, and remittance technology. In fact, these are the three things which is affecting all our day-to-day life, or affecting or more effective in our, either it affects or affects. Both are positive and negative. Everything is within these things. See, crowdfunding is nothing. The funds are being collected through the internet with the various mode of communications, and for a particular project. Suppose if a person having a project and if he wants a capital, he has to either go to their friends and relatives first, or they can go to the startup company for seed capital, or they can go for lending. So whenever these people are going for a particular person, I think either they will do it and, for lending, maybe with the security or without security, but everything is with a particular person or a group of people. But in a crowdfunding, it is numerous people who are not connected with each other also will be investing. So the crowdfunding is, by the name itself, the crowd is giving the money, capital, like that. That crowd is who is the whole of public. It is being collected through internet only. So I envisage a project, I will publish in my net or a website that this is a project, and I am interested to collect capital for this project. So those who are interested can, and I invest like that. When I say, it will be seen by many people, and they will be paying small amounts, and finally it will become a bigger money for things. This will be from the individual, even charities, everything, and anything can be worked for on this crowdfunding. Then see, mobile banking technology is the one which is taking our life in every way. It is not necessarily in technology. If you see, most of the people are all spending more time in mobile, and in fact, I, being a man of earlier generations, sometimes I feel this is spoiling our the society itself, like that I would think. See, WhatsApp, Facebook, there are so many things, Twitter, LinkedIn, like that. Whatever the good things are there, the equally the bad things are also there. So how we should make use of these things is the most important thing. Everyone should have some kind of entertainment. I am not saying, I am not against the entertainment or relaxations, but at the same time, these should be used mostly for productive purposes rather than the other social things. In fact, when it is called social media, it is only for that. But still, the social media should be beneficial to the society. Like that, we should make it. Especially this Facebook, WhatsApp, and all those things, the YouTube, or whatever we call it, the entire things, and we may have to do according to the requirements, and we should have a self-restraint. It is not that someone should come and hold our hand not to touch our phone or not to see this, that. But we ourselves should restrict how much time we should spend in the messages for a phone, how much time we should spend for other activities like that. In fact, some people, they are totally involved in the banking, and even the personal touch and talking between each other is reduced. In fact, they are talking over phone. Even the fellow who is in the ground floor is talking to the person in the first floor over phone, instead of talking person to person. So this is the one which we should try to avoid it. Okay, we'll come back to the subject. Mobile banking is over the mobile applications. Every bank is having a mobile application. The number one bank, State Bank of India, is having called, ICICI Bank is having iMobile. Indian Bank is having IndYSS. HDFC is banking its own mobile banking. Like that, all the banks, every bank is having a mobile application. Citibank, City Mobile. You name any bank, all the bank is having their own applications. And these applications, apart from the banking transaction, they are giving so many offers, even online marketing, discounts, and all those things. And they are giving it to retain their customers or benefit to the customers. So this mobile banking helps in various ways, payment of money to others, and payment, especially all the payments, whether it is for remittance for others or personal use or otherwise. And of course, mobile banking over SMS, these are all now SMS itself is becoming outdated. The WhatsApp, the Instagram, and whatever you call it, Telegraph, and all those things are all taking over these things. In due course, they will become more than SMS. Then what I was referring to is mobile banking over unstructured supplementary service data. This is mobile to mobile banking with the numbers. These are all technologies we have created, and the payment method, there are so many methods that come. In fact, UPI, Unified Payment Identification Method, like that. Then with your ID, you can make the payment to anyone. That is, you create one UPI for your account with you, and this will be used for payment to anything. The other service providers like Apple Pay, GPay, And those are all the things. In fact, Samsung Pay, like that, in their mobile, they have their own payment applications which will accept all the credit cards. And you need not carry all the credit cards. You can simply take your phone and show the credit card from the phone to the seller, and he will take the money from our credit card. The advantage is I need not, even if I have 5-6 cards, carrying 5-6 cards is not advisable. I can carry a mobile which will have all the credit cards, and I can make whichever is a card which gives more benefits, like just like discount, cashback, and all those things. So this is the way the mobile banking is taking our life. This mobile technology is helping to break down these barriers, making remittances more convenient, secured, and affordable. Customer can easily and quickly send money transfer with a swipe on their device. And if we take the financial instruments, participation in equity is in infrastructure projects, etc., are all taken into the class of innovative financial instruments. And financial sectors, how these innovations are put into use. Financial innovation, which is the creation of new securities, markets, and institutions, can improve the financial service sector and thereby accelerate economic growth, as the new products contribute to the deepening of financial markets. Innovation, in turn, fosters economic development. Ultimately, this financial innovation and improving the financial services in a quicker way will lead to economic development and ensuring the financial markets in its lead. And if you take the financial products, the products is taking everything. See, even in our seminar, we are going to talk about education and marketing and all those things. So these products are all retail banking, fundraising, investments management. Everything is coming into the fintech products. It is thriving because it greatly expanded access to capital to small business owners, including women, minorities, and immigrants who were underserved before technology level the playing field. See, earlier, the facilities available from the government to the people are not easily reached. Now, after the technology is improved, everything is made possible, and payment, subsidy, everything is directly being credited to the beneficiaries, especially those who are not knowing much about the knowledge about the financial sector and the schemes, where the villagers, women, and immigrants who do not have a permanent address, all those things, and having a bank account, even though they are not in that particular place, the bank account will be in a particular branch and particular place. These people with their ATM cards and other things, they can transact from anywhere. So these things are all possible only because of the this improvement in technology in financial sector. So those who are not served till today, the remote village people and other people are all having accounts. In fact, all the banks are having facilitators, and they will be going to the unbanked centers, and they will pay the money, collect the money, and they are acting as an agent to the bank like that. So all these things are all possible because this technology. They will go with a small machine, a card machine like, and they will swipe their card and for the debit, and they will pay the money. So everything is accounted in the bank. So the safety is also there. At the same time, convenience is also there. So these are all the possibilities because of this technology. Then, what is the most important thing is there are a lot of data is available with various people. All this data is to be analyzed. The advent of smart analytics allows financial services companies to mine the wealth of consumer data to understand and service the customer better. Technology has also helped organizations develop innovative financial services. The development of better payment system is a key challenge for organizations. In fact, nowadays, the payment through checks had slowed down. And because of another aspect, because there was a delay and other things. Now, even this check clearance and other things are all taking place in the same day. The image is being captured and sent to the clearing section, and that clearing section presented to the concerned centralized clearing agency, and it is being cleared on the same day. Even outstation checks are all because of this core banking system, everything is able to get cleared on the same day or the least time frame. So these things are all possible by analyzing the requirements of the customer with the big data analysis. Then this financial technology is used to describe new tech that seeks to improve and automate the delivery and use of financial services. When fintech emerged in the 21st century, the term was initially applied to the technology employed at the back-end systems of established financial institutions. See, earlier, whenever, even when I was in the bank, when we first introduced the computers and systems, it was kept as a backend. What we mean is, whatever the data and other things is entered into the customer related persons in the counter will be taken into the server, and it is analyzed for various other purposes. Then came one by one, and in fact, there were days we are working even without calculators. Then the calculators have come, calculators without decimals, and it is tabletop like. Now you have a scientific calculator which is in your palm. What I was working for a calculator in the bank in 70s and 80s are all a big table calculators like with the typewriter size calculators will be there, and the digital will be a problem, and making a mistake in a digital will cost us a lot also. So I can recollect those days, and all those things we were doing it in the back end. Then it had come to the front end. Now everything, even but what is a major drawback, and if you see, is by any chance if the connectivity is lost or the system becomes slow, and you cannot have any of your services. See, even if you want to take a money, if there is no money in the ATM or there is no power, and our bank system is not working, the cashier cannot give you the money unless he entered into the system. What are the denomination he is giving it to you? So these are all the drawbacks also, but at the same time, this financial technology had improved a lot in our life. Now, I'm more concentrating on the bank because I was in working for the bank. But likewise, even in say stock market, all the things are all accounted in the demat account. In the insurance, see, even the insurance is accounted in the demat accounts. See, whatever my insurance policy, I can kept it in the demat account, and whatever the maturity and all those things, everything is possible nowadays with the demat account, mutual funds, insurance, all those things are all there. And not only this, these are all being governed by the national security depository and central depository. Like the two depositories are there. These people are taking care of these things, and NSC and BSCs are doing for the transaction in the capital market, and SEBI is overlooking, RBI is overlooking. All these things are all enough to help us. And I feel I am running short of time. So what I do is, let us try to complete it quickly. What are threats we can see from this is, these are data piracy. Whatever be our confidential data, it can be stolen by somebody, and our system can be hacked, and the fraudulent transaction can happen. See, perhaps somebody would have experienced the things, or you would have read the papers. Somebody had asked you to open a link, and you have done, and all the information from your mobile phone had been stolen, and all your money had been taken. So what we should do is, we should be little more careful in not being attracted by the luring speech or the messages or otherwise. We should be very careful in opening any of the messages from our mobile phone, whether it is for us. Sometimes there will be a message, you will be receiving an income tax refund of 80,000. You click the link. Then anyone should think about it, whether we are an income tax assessee, whether we have paid more than 80,000 for the income tax, so that he can refund. Simply they said they are refunding, means we should accept it. It could be right or wrong. So we should be very careful in doing anything. See, all the fraudulent transactions can happen by luring the people and making them to succumb to their ideas, I can say. Then what we can do, the safeguard is, we can see precautions and with a common sense. That's what I said is, when some message is coming, you will be receiving 80,000 rupees income tax refund. You give that and all those things. They will say, you have won the lottery, and you give the particulars. When I won the lottery, all the particulars will be with them, isn't it? Like that, when they say you have been selected for this, that, we should be trying to use some of our common sense, and we should be a little more cautious. And of course, the Reserve Bank of India had come out what we should do, what we should not do. Not only Reserve Bank of India, all the people who are dealing in digitals, they give the guidelines. Don't do this, don't do this. And I keep the password change every now and then. Don't keep the password. Keep the password little complicated and remember it. Do not write it. Don't give the ATM card to the third party. Do not give the ATM PIN number. See, a person who is going to the ATM, if he could not know how to draw it, they can go to the bank and they can ask the people from the bank to help them, rather than asking the person who is standing by our side to help us. Sometimes, see, even I won't find fault with all the people. many people are all good, but some people are all scrupulous fellows, and they may try to cheat us also. So wherever possible, we should try to be more careful not to give the ATM PIN number. In fact, I can remember the things. Jyoti Basu, when he was Chief Minister of West Bengal, his account was withdrawn by some money. And finally, on an inquiry, it is found out that he had given the card to his driver, and the driver had taken the money for something for himself also. So like that, when we give the card to the others, and we are relying on the others, and we are giving the card number. Say, presume, and I'm instead of myself going to the bank, I'm asking my son to go to the bank, and with my card, he is taking the money. Suppose if he's taking something more also, I may not be knowing. So either I should have the confidence on my son, or my son should be faithful to me to that extent. Otherwise, these things will be there. So ATM card PIN and all those things you should not give. And you should not be lured by the incentives or otherwise cash discount, this, that, and all those things. Even if you see, nowadays I am seeing some advertisements in the e-commerce people, or even the bank people. Credit card, we are giving 10% instant cash discount with EMI. EMI with no interest rate, they will say. All those things they will say. But interest on EMI will be much more than their discount, number one. Number two is, for EMI transaction also, you will be paying the GST. When you pay the GST, you are paying 18% for the service they are making. Then you can work out, if you work out the cost and the things, whatever they are given the discount or cash and all those things will be lost. So don't go for any EMI transaction just to get the discount. If you are really in need of EMI transaction, go for it. So like this, these are the things which when I mean common sense, I mean only this. So whenever we do certain things, we should think, plan, work, and do the things. Again, that I feel it is 11:30. Now let me come to the question and answer session, and I can say I can answer some of the question. If either somebody can unmute and do things, or by chat also they can ask. Everything is otherwise, and I can say thanks. So can I say thanks and complete my presentation? Yeah, tell me. No, see, these are two different concepts. அதாவது privatization அப்படிங்கிறது வேற, இது ஃபைனான்சியல் சர்வீசஸ் அப்படிங்கிறது வேற. நான் என்ன சொல்ல வந்தேன் அப்படின்னா, பிரைவேட் ஈக்விட்டி அப்படிங்கிறது சாதாரணமா நம்ம ஈக்விட்டி இதுல ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட்ல போய் வி வில் பை தி ஷேர்ஸ் அண்ட் அதர் திங்ஸ். அதுக்கு பதிலா ஒரு கம்பெனிலயோ ஒரு இதுலயோ நான் தனிப்பட்ட முறையில போய் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றேன் இல்லையா, அதாவது அன்லிஸ்டட் கம்பெனிஸ், அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுக்கு, அன்லிஸ்டட் கம்பெனிஸ் நாட் கம்மிங் டு தி மார்க்கெட், அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கவங்கள்ட்ட பண்றது தான் நான் பிரைவேட் ஈக்விட்டின்னு மீன் பண்றேன். பிரைவேட்டைசேஷன் அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து ஏற்கனவே பப்ளிக் செக்டார்ல இருக்கிறத வந்து பிரைவேட்டைஸ் பண்றாங்க. அது வந்து ஒன்லி த்ரூ தி ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட் தான் வரும். ஸோ ரெண்டுமே ஒரு டிஃபரெண்ட் கான்செப்ட். நான் ஃபைனான்சியல் இனோவேஷன்ல வந்து பிரைவேட் ஈக்விட்டின்னு சொல்றது வந்து பிரைவேட்டைசேஷன் இல்லை. நான் சொன்னது உங்களுக்கு ஓரளவு புரிஞ்சதா? இல்ல புரியுறாப்புல நான் எனக்கு சொல்ல தெரியலையா? Even otherwise you can talk to me in Tamil, no problem. என்ன சொல்லுங்க, நீங்க வந்து என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்கிற சொல்லுங்க. அதுதான் சொல்றேன், அதனாலதான் சொல்றேன். அதான் நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, பினான்சியல் அஃபெக்ட் பண்ணாதுங்கிறது தான் இதை சொல்ல வர்றேன். என்ன சொல்ல வர்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, சரி, பிரைவேட்டைசேஷன் வரும் பொழுது ஏன்னா கரெக்டான பிரைஸுக்கு வந்து நம்மளுடைய ஷேரை விற்கிறோம் அப்படிங்கும்போது எதுவுமே அஃபெக்ட் ஆகாது. நான் இப்போ வந்து ஒரு கம்பெனி வச்சிருக்கேன், ஒரு கம்பெனி வச்சிருக்கேன். அதை வந்து பப்ளிக் ஷேர் இஷ்யூக்கு வர்றேன். ஷேர் இஷ்யூக்கு வரும் பொழுது என்ன, மற்றவங்க எல்லாரும் என்கிட்ட இருக்க ஷேரை வாங்கிக்கிறாங்க. நான் இப்போ கவர்மெண்ட் கம்பெனின்னு வச்சுக்கிறேங்க. கவர்மெண்ட் கம்பெனி, இந்த கம்பெனி என்னுடைய கம்பெனியில் உள்ள ஷேரை பூராத்தையும் வந்து நான் மக்களுக்கு கொடுக்குறேன், நிறைய பேர் வாங்கிக்கிறாங்க. அப்படிங்கும்போது இட் கோஸ் ஃப்ரம் கவர்மெண்ட் டு பிரைவேட் செக்டார். சரியா? கவர்மெண்ட் செக்டார் டு பிரைவேட் செக்டார். அந்த மாதிரி போகும்போது ஃபைனான்ஸ் வந்து அஃபெக்ட் ஆகாது. ஏன் அப்படின்னா, நம்ம அந்த ஷேரை வந்து அந்த இதை விற்கும் போது சாதாரணமாக அந்த ஷேருக்கு என்ன வேல்யூ அப்படின்னு ஒன்று பார்த்துட்டு அதுபடி கொடுப்போம். ஏன்னா அது வந்து பிரைவேட்டைசேஷன், அதாவது பப்ளிக் செக்டார்ல இருந்து பிரைவேட் செக்டருக்கு போறது. ஸோ இது வந்து ஒரு தனி சப்ஜெக்ட். இதுல வந்து ஃபைனான்ஸ் அஃபெக்டே ஆகாது. நான் சொன்னது வந்து ஃபைனான்சியல் இனோவேஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது, ஃபைனான்சியல் வந்து முந்தி சாதாரண ஃபைனான்ஸ்னா என்ன பண்ணுவோம், நம்ம வந்து ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சோம்னா நம்ம வந்து நம்ம ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸு ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ் இவங்கள்ட்ட வந்து கொஞ்சம் பணம் கொடுங்கன்னு கேட்போம். ஆனால் அப்புறம் போல பேங்க்ல போய் கடை வாங்குவோம். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரிலாம் வந்து பண்ணி நம்ம பிஸ்னஸை இது பண்ணிட்டு நல்ல பெரிய ஆளாக வரும்போது பப்ளிக் இஷ்யூ அது இதெல்லாம் வருவோம் கம்பெனியாக மாற்றி. பட் இப்போ வந்து அந்த லெவலுக்கு போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே சில பேர் வந்து என்ன, அந்த நம்ம பண்ணுற கம்பெனியோட ப்ராடக்ட் அது இது நம்மளுடைய கம்பெனி இதோடைய ஃபியூச்சர் ப்ராஸ்பெக்டை பார்த்துட்டு நம்ம கம்பெனியில் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு வருவாங்க. அவங்க வரும்போது நம்ம வந்து பப்ளிக் ஷேர் இஷ்யூ மாதிரிலாம் போகாமல் ப்ரைவேட்டாக நம்ம ரெண்டு பேர்த்துக்குள்ள நீங்கள் எனக்கு பணம் கொடுங்கன்னு, முந்தி வந்து நம்ம ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ்ட பணம் வாங்குறோம் இல்லையா, அது மாதிரி இந்த பிரைவேட் ஆட்கள், நமக்கு சம்மந்தம் இல்லாத சில பிரைவேட் ஆட்கள் நம்மளோட வந்து பணம் கொடுப்பாங்க. அவங்க நம்மளை நம்பி நம்மளுடைய சக்ஸஸாக வந்துரும்னு நம்பி கொடுக்குறாங்க. நம்ம சக்ஸஸாக வந்தால் அவங்களுக்கு லாபம், சக்ஸஸாக வரலைன்னா அவங்களுக்கு நஷ்டம். அதான் பிரைவேட் ஈக்விட்டி. அதாவது அவங்க வந்து கடன் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு பதிலாக நம்மளுடைய தொழிலில் முதலீடு போட்டு சேர்ந்துக்கிறாங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். சரியா? தேங்க்யூ. நைஸ் ஆஃப் யூ. I'll be happy if some others can ask me also. Darshini Subramani, one raised a hand like that I have. இதான் கேட்கணும்னா கேட்கலாம்.
Sir, yes sir, they are having questions. Wait sir, wait.
Good morning. Now they have reduced the sale by T+1 day. That is, if I do the transaction, it will be settled maximum by next day. Even this is why they want is since the morning to afternoon the transaction can happen. So after everything is over, they can settle it like that. Otherwise, mechanism wise, it can be done immediately. But regulation wise, they are taking 1 day. Now it is not 3 days, it is 2 days we can take it. That is, today if you do the transaction, it will be done by tomorrow. Like Darshini. Okay, go ahead. One by one. என்னப்பா? Nifty and Sensex. See, பாம்பே ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் மார்க்கெட்ல வந்து சென்செக்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. நிஃப்டின்னு சொல்றது வந்து நேஷனல் ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் மார்க்கெட்ல நிஃப்டின்னு சொல்றாங்க. நேஷனல் ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்சில் வந்து டாப் ட்ரேடர் ஒரு 50 செக்யூரிட்டிஸ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு அதுல இருந்து ஒரு ஆவரேஜ் பண்ணி ஒரு இதை கொண்டு வர்றாங்க. அது வந்து டே டு டே, வீக் டு வீக், இயர் டு இயர் அந்த மாதிரி மாறுறத வந்து அவங்க இண்டெக்ஸ் பண்ணி சொல்றாங்க. அது வந்து என்எஸ்சி நிஃப்டி, அதாவது என்எஸ்சியில் ட்ரேட் பண்ற 50 கம்பெனி. சென்செக்ஸ்ங்கிற வந்து பாம்பே ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்சில் 30 கம்பெனி வச்சிருக்காங்க. அந்த 30 கம்பெனியோடைய டிரான்சாக்ஷன், ஹையஸ்ட் டிரான்சாக்ஷன் எந்த 30 கம்பெனி வருதோ அந்த 30 கம்பெனியை வச்சுட்டு சென்செக்ஸ் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணாங்க. சென்செக்ஸ் ரிலீஸ்னா எப்படின்னா, சரி சென்செக்ஸ் வந்து பேஸ்ல ஒரு டேட்ல என்ன பிரைஸ் இருக்கு, அதுக்கு என்ன, அதை 100ன்னு வச்சுக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா இன்னைக்கு வந்து என்ன பிரைஸ் இருக்கு, எவ்வளவு இருக்கு, அந்த இதை கூட்டுற அந்த மாதிரி கால்குலேட் பண்ணி நம்ம ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸ்ல பண்றோம் இல்லையா, இன்ஃபிளேஷன் அந்த இதுக்கு, அதே மாதிரி பண்றதா சென்செக்ஸ். அவங்க வந்து இந்த 30 கம்பெனி 50 கம்பெனி எப்படி சூஸ் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா, சரி வாட் இஸ் த ஹையஸ்ட் டர்ன் ஓவர் ஆனா அந்த மாதிரி வச்சுட்டு பண்றாங்க. ஆமா, சென்செக்ஸ் சொல்றாங்க. பேர் தான்ப்பா, வேற ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. 50, அதாவது என்எஸ்சி 50 அப்படின்னு சொல்றத வந்து சுருக்கமா நிப்டின்னு மாத்திட்டோம், அவ்வளவுதான். அதாவது ஜஸ்ட் இட் இஸ் நேம் சேக், அவ்வளவுதான். இப்போ வந்து இப்போ நான் உன்னுடைய பேரை வந்து நான் வந்து ஸ்கிரீன்ல வந்து அரவிந்த் தேவன் படிக்கிறேன். நான் வந்து உன்னை வந்து அரவிந்த்னு கூப்பிடலாம், இல்ல தேவனு கூப்பிடலாம். அந்த மாதிரி அவன் வந்து என்எஸ்சி 50 அப்படிங்கிற வந்து நிப்டி அப்படின்னு மாத்திட்டான், அவ்வளவுதான். ரெண்டு கடைக்காரங்கப்பா. அதாவது இப்ப நம்ம ஊர்ல வந்து ரிலையன்ஸ் ஒண்ணு இருக்கு, பக்கத்துல ஒரு பாரே ஸ்டோர் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொன்னா சரி. ஆனா அதே மாதிரி தான் பாரே ஸ்டோர்ல ஒரு விலை விற்கும், ரிலையன்ஸ்ல ஒரு விலை விற்கும். அதே மாதிரி என்எஸ்சியில வந்து அதே, அதாவது ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் வந்து ட்ரேட் பண்றதுக்கு கம்பெனிலாம் அந்த ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்சோட ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிக்கிறணும். என்எஸ்சியில் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணவங்க பூரா என்எஸ்சியில் ட்ரேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. இது பிஎஸ்சி பாம்பே ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்சில் பண்ணவங்க பூரா பாம்பே ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்சில் பண்ணுவாங்க. சில கம்பெனி ரெண்டுலையுமே ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி வச்சிருப்பான். ஸோ ரெண்டுலேயும் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி வச்சா 2 பேருக்கும் கம்ப்ளைண்ட்ஸ், 2 பேருக்கும் பணம் கட்டணும், சப்ஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் கட்டணும், 2 பேருக்கும் வந்து இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கொடுக்கணும், அவ்வளோதான். அப்போ இவனுக்கு வந்து ஒயிட் மார்க்கெட் இருக்கும். அதாவது நான் இப்போ போய் ஒரு ஷேர் வாங்கணும் அப்படின்னா என்எஸ்சிலையும் வாங்கிக்கிடுவேன், பிஎஸ்சிலையும் வாங்கிக்கிடுவேன். அதர்வைஸ் அந்த பர்டிகுலர் இதுல மட்டும்தான் லிஸ்ட் ஆயிருந்துச்சுன்னா அங்கே மட்டும் தான் வாங்க முடியும். இது வந்து ஜஸ்ட் 2 டிஃப்ரெண்ட் என்டைட்டி, ரெண்டு கடைக்காரங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கிறீங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். நைஸ் ஆஃப் யூ.
Thank you, students. Yes, sir. I want to use this note to thank you for that extraordinary presentation that you gave. It was simple yet extraordinary, profound, and effective. Sir, we look forward to having you again in our next series, and for this we remain grateful. Thank you, sir.
Thank you always, and I am with your college and your service.
Hello.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
let's move on to the second technical session on this topic of vision and strategy of digital education. Before that, I invite Professor R. Vishwanathan to introduce the resource person for this session.
Good morning to everyone. It's my immense pleasure to welcome S. Bhaskaran, who is a HR specialist and trainer. His profession is mainly on recruitment and as well as training and development. He is having more than 15 years of experience as HRD practitioner for the recruitment, training and development. He organized and conducted many events and training programs, counseling sessions and many workshops in Kudalur, Pondicherry and Chennai. His working experience in industry is as a manager in HR and training for Bax Global Service Indian Private Limited, and after that Acharya Group of Educational Institution, and his work as an HR for MS, that is a Sarbati Steel Tubes Limited in Puducherry. And he held in various positions as a chairman in ISDD in Puducherry. Then after that, he is being as a vice president for Junior Chamber International, JCI in Puducherry. Then MMA, he is a member in Puducherry. Then after that, he is being as a secretary for Padikal Foundation, Puducherry. And he is being as an academic council member for Bharadasan Women's College. And after that, he is being as an education consultant for Amity University. He led it in various positions, and he especially visited many countries, and more or less, he just went to Malaysia for the process of Panasonic devices of recruiting R&D and as well as the design engineers from India. He published various articles like Vetri Tadagam, that is a handbook for our interviews. Then after that, a Tamil magazine called, that is Tiruppu Munai for employees. Then after that, Unnal Mudiyum. Then Sue Alasal, that is a self-development articles. And he written many short story also. So let us welcome our Mr. S. Bhaskaran to give to have this session in a fruitful manner. Sir, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Hi. Thanks for the nice introduction. I'm happy to get connected here with you all. The topic given to me is vision and strategy of digital education today. As we all know, we have moved to a different era where we have only one option, which is virtual education or virtual learning during this Corona period, thanks to Corona. Though we had found these electronic devices, gadgets, which are utilized to have virtual learning before a decade, we just have started using these gadgets or electronic devices or virtual or online learning only after the inception of this COVID-19 in 2020 March, from 2020 March. Though we have some restrictions or negativities in this virtual learning or online education, digital education, we have multiple positive points which have to be noted for the self-development or one's career upgradation. I have seen many youngsters, freshers, who effectively utilized this lockdown corona period for their career upgradation through this virtual learning. I met one guy in my recruitment office a couple of months ago. He just finished his engineering degree during the last year, 2020, when the corona was active. He was at home almost for a year, but he was not quite. He started learning many things which are related to his domain and not related also. When I saw his profile, I was really shocked because he had mentioned more than 100 certificate online courses which he has undergone during this lockdown period. This is how one should be. People, those who are looking for a job, freshers, job aspirants, must utilize the time effectively. This virtual learning is a very good gift given to us by the science and technology, which we did not use at all for the past almost 1 decade. But when some pressure comes, when corona was taking over the world across, we realized that this is the time we should equip ourselves with the available sources. The available sources were only this online education or virtual learning. You can learn many things by using your smartphone. I always ask one thing to all the freshers who walk into our office to submit their resumes. How do you use your smartphone for your career upgradation? 99% of the youngsters, college students, freshers, they don't use their smartphone for their self-development, personality development, career upgradation, or online learning. They are simply using it. I'm not pointing out here about the negativities of this current generation. I would like to emphasize that how you should utilize the resources available to you for your upgradation. Being at home, we think that we can't do anything since our doors are locked, but still we can do many things by using our smartphone for our career upgradation. How many of us do this? That is a question today. We know very well that this smartphone gives me whatever I want, positive and negative as well. But how many of us utilize our smartphone for our development? I always ask freshers, after completing your degree, after you walked out from your college, have you seen in your mobile that how many recruitment consultants are available in your city or nearby your city? How many industries which are related to your core domain? For example, you are BE mechanical or BCom graduate. BCom graduate, they are meant for the accounts or finance functions or costing functions. How many BCom freshers have seen in their smartphone that how many industries are having accounts openings? How many training institutes for Tally course? How many institutes are providing GST online courses? How many recruitment consultants are there? When we were studying when we studied during 90s and during 90s. After completion of our college, if I want to submit my resume to a college, resume to an industry, I don't have any other go. I have to walk out from my house. I have to go to the company. I have to submit my resume in person. No other go. Even the mails were not there that much. We were working on papers. But now we are into a scientific era where we have ample of opportunities to submit one resume. For example, if you want to, if you type in your mobile, how many HR consultants, recruitment consultants are there in your nearby your city, nearby your hometown? Just log on to their homepage of their website. Just try to study their website, whether they are qualified enough, whether they are educated, how many years they have been working in the recruitment field, and just call them, get an appointment, go and meet them in person, submit your resume. They may ask some questions to you. Try to answer. If not, you say you don't know. Having the discussion with them, after having the discussion with them, you will definitely have an idea what are the questions will be asked and how to be prepared for an interview. What are the available opportunities for your domain? But most of the students, freshers, they are using the smartphone for their entertainment, listening songs, something like that. Okay, entertainment is also important for our life. Stress management. Most of the companies now they conduct programs on stress management for their executives and managers. My point here is almost 70 to 75% of the freshers, those who came out of college, are not knowing the procedure or protocol to find out a job by using the smartphone. This is the time for us to unlearn and relearn. Unlearn the past and relearn the current and future things which are required for the current and future. Your CV, your curriculum vitae, your resume or your biodata, whatever you call it, that should contain the complete particulars about you. It's like a mirror, it has to show you completely. Forward your CV as much as possible to the recruitment consultants, industries which are nearby or far away from your home. Circulate your CVs to your friends as well as to your seniors. You can get a job as much as possible, as early as possible, when you flow to the CV more. Using the smartphone, you can learn ample of subjects which are related to your domain or sometimes which may not be related to the domain also. For example, the BCom students, I asked this question to all BCom students. Just tell me what you know about GST, Goods and Service Tax. They do not know. At least once you get into the final year, that is a time you should learn how to apply for a job or how to upgrade yourself. At least after coming out of your college, you should narrate yourself into a right career path. For that, you need to utilize your smartphone effectively. Like Facebook, we professionals have a network called LinkedIn. How many students are budding professionals, freshers, those who came out of college, or having account with the LinkedIn. Once you get into the LinkedIn page, you will know about the professionals, how to design your CV, what are all the necessary skills which are required to become a professional, accounts, finance, HR, marketing, whatever it is. So having some rapport with the senior professionals through the LinkedIn, I think every college students and fresher will have WhatsApp and Facebook in their phone, but certainly not LinkedIn. It is supposed to be. LinkedIn is also to be installed in your smartphone. Whenever you are free, just log on to LinkedIn. Try to understand who are all there. For example, you take one CV, you take one profile. For example, there is one X or Y. He is a senior professional. He is a CFO, Chief Financial Officer in a XY is a limited company. Just log on to his page, LinkedIn page, see his profile. Where did he study? How did he reach this level? After his education, where he was, which was his first employer? How many years he has stayed with the first employer? Who was the second company? Which one was his third employment, next employment? How many years he has spent there? What are the key skills of that profile? You can see all that. If possible, you can ask them to get connected with you. If you have any doubts, you can ask them. Sometimes you get reply, sometimes you don't. But no, don't bother. Just keep going on that. Have some network along with your friends through LinkedIn. Search your job through LinkedIn. Send your CV through LinkedIn. Today, I am seeing many youngsters who are forwarding their profile through WhatsApp to me. When I see some of them, I really feel bad and feel shocked because many of them are hesitating to face the reality. Yes, they hesitate to face the reality. When I float a requirement, my officer requirement, for example, I'm looking for an HR executive, BCom or MBA, blah, blah, 2-3 years experience in HR skills, all that. He sees my message, somehow he gets my message and he forwards his latest CV to me. I just go through the profile, seems to be okay for my requirement. I reply to him through WhatsApp. Hi, please call me back. He never calls. He sees the profile, he has seen the requirement and he has forwarded his profile to me through WhatsApp. But when I ask him to call me, he is not calling. He keeps chatting with me. Sir, what is the requirement? Where is the vacancy? How much salary will the company pay? Whether it is in shift. Those kind of, he keeps asking so many questions. Sorry, I don't have the time to reply, but still I sometimes when I'm free, I used to advise him or I myself will call him and speak to him. That also happens, but keep moving on digital marketing. Keep moving on with electronic devices. Keep on using your electronic devices for your learning or to get employment, whatever it is. At the same time, parallelly, you should be prepared enough to face the reality also. Sometimes he used to chat when I ask him to come in person to my office. When I ask the basic questions, also he is not able to reply. He is tensed. So he has not practiced meeting people. After completing your college, should attend many interviews related to a domain, not related to a domain. whatever it is, try to reduce your fear, interview fear, stress, anxiety. To reduce that, you should practice meeting people. Call more people through phone. Ask them to give you an appointment. HR consultants or industry HR professionals, whatever it is. Just go and meet them. Many companies have come out of this corona fear now. They started recruiting more now. This is the right time to get the right employment. This is the right time to fulfill your dream, to get yourself placed. Because after this corona, so we have almost successfully. Now industries are revived back, and they are now in the process of recruiting more people. Because for the past 1.5 years, they have not recruited anyone new. Many companies have been closed. Many companies have sent many people out. So they want to top up. They want to refill their existing practices, and they have stopped their new projects also for the past 1.5 years. Now it is a time for them to get into the new project. For that also they recruit more people. This is a very right time for the freshers and budding professionals to upgrade yourself fastly, and also to get right placement suitable to your educational skill set. Education has to be linked with the practice. For example, one guy who does an ITA course, he has to undergo for a training in a company called apprentice. Somebody does BTech, he has to undergo for a training or apprentice for a year or 2 years. Now the central government has introduced new scheme which is called NEEM, which allows the freshers for 3 years apprenticeship in industries. There is something called Institute Industry Interface. There is something called Institute Industry Interface, which is very much missing, because most of the colleges don't have touch with industries. Many industry belts have HR forums like ISTD, Industry for Training and Development, NAPM, National Institute of Personnel Management, CIA, Confederation of Indian Industry, MMA, Madras Management Association, ERA, Executive Recruiters Association, AIMA, All India Management Association, kind of lots of management forums, JCI, Lions Club, Rotary Club, kind of all social organizations have to have academics and professionals. Colleges and the faculties working there, at least the head faculty or HODs, should be part of the professional forums, so that they have the chances of meeting professionals. When the college students want the placement, summer placement, or projects or internships, they will get some assistance from those professionals. Once we have the institute industry interface, students will not have the difficulty to get a placements, be it a summer placement or vacational placement or regular or contract or apprentice, whatever it is. So you should have some touch with industries. Industries are also seeking for some association with the colleges or institutions. These are all like, two railway lanes. The institutes and the industries both go parallel, so that the nation, the destiny of the education will be reached. Once the institution people academicians have some touch with the professionals, professional forums, industries, they will know what the today's industries expect from the freshers. Unless we have touch with industries, we will not know what they exactly expect. Today, most of the industries, they recruit engineering freshers only on off-road. Off-road means contractual, traineeship, temporary basis. When I asked my HR colleagues, professionals, they reply that the engineering quality of the education, engineering colleges are not as we expect. When we go for campus interviews, we interview 100 students and we select one or two. The chances of the probability of selecting people is very low. Sometime back, before a decade, before 2 decades, it was almost 20 to 30%. We have very drastic slash down on this. This has to be focused and addressed, for which academicians should have touch with industries. Industries should help academic institutions to come up. Industries should give hands to academic institutions to come up, to elevate the students, to upgrade the students on their career. It will help the industry for the knowledge transformation. Kind of programs like this, having interaction with professionals across the nation, is a beautiful idea which gives students a brighter scope to understand the reality of job market. It will guide them to redesign their career. As I mentioned earlier, we should be ready enough to unlearn the past and relearn the current and future things. These online programs are a gift given by the science and technology to upgrade ourselves without spending much time in logistical arrangements. You can be at home parallelly, the learning also takes place. Unlike we had the personal contact classes those times, but compared to the personal contact classes, they take away the learning scope on these online classes are less, to be frank, but this will improve. This will be enhanced or enriched after we keep practicing these online programs. Hence, the opportunities given to us by this electronic media, digital learning. I always say digital learning means digital learning. Digital learning is digital learning. So we should understand the current industry's expectations, and also we should identify the potential opportunities. We should identify the potential opportunities through this online medium. Learning doesn't have end. Learning is a destinationless journey. There's no destiny for learning. The two freshers, the people, those who are studying in the first year, second year, third year, you just keep practicing learning things online and also be ready enough to face the reality, real-time interviews, real-time personal contact classes, all that. We cannot have all the time online. So we have to be ready for the online as well as offline classes, interviews, learning, all that. Dear students, you can reach me at 9944025608 anytime for any query, any guidance I can give you, or you can write to me through mail DWEHRCON@yahoo.com. Use the online resources positively for your career upgradation, for your studies, for your learning, for your self-development and personality development. You just click your Google and type videos relating to personality development. Just look at those videos. So many beautiful videos are there which shows how to develop your personality, how to develop your internal personality as well as external personality. What are the questions which are raised during the interviews for a fresher, BCom fresher or BSc chemistry, BBA, BTech mechanical, whatever it is, you just type in Google that questions asked to a BCom fresher during the interview. You see how many questions are there, how many links you get connected, and how many YouTube videos are there. Just try to utilize all this and keep practicing. Practice makes men perfect. So just keep practicing. Don't be afraid to face the reality, because once you come out of college, you come to the real world, which has more challenging tasks. You go for an interview, along with you around 10 to 15 people will be there, only one vacancy will be there. So you should be in a position to contest with those 10 to 15 people. So take more challenges and be vibrant, get going, get placed in good companies soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Arul Anandar College. Thank you so much.
Yes, students and professors, so kindly wait for a few minutes. I think maybe he's having some technical issues. He will join shortly. Just wait for a while. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Shall I continue? Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. There was a network issue. So, so the freshers today, they have to be equip themselves to face the reality and also the digital learning and digital earning. Once you practice more through digital learning, you spontaneously hesitate to face the reality. Hence, I always advise the students to be prepared on both digital learning as well as personal learning. Because once you get a job, once you practice more in the digital learning, you always do some online course, you approach all your friends, you take all online courses, you always be online, but you don't come out of your house, you don't face the world and you don't face the real world, which means that you are not practiced enough to face the reality, which may make some barriers in your career. So practice both. Once you get a job, you get placed in a company where you should go daily and you should work. Sometimes they may give you online working. It may not happen all the time. During Corona time, many of the IT companies, they switched over to online work from home. But after practicing continuously 1 year in work from home, to work with the people in the organization, not in the home. This is what the feedback of many people, those who work from home during the past almost 2 years. Hence, work from home pattern may help you to some extent, but to practice physical learning also, like taking books in hand and reading newspapers, visiting your library nearby to your home, visiting the consultants' offices which are located in your hometown, visiting industries which are located nearby your place. These kind of physical visits will make you more stronger than online, because we can't be online all the time. Now this corona has made us to be online almost for the past 1.5 years or 2 years, but still we have a long way to go. This long way may contain online living as well as offline living. Once you practice more in the online, I pointing out again, you hesitate to face the reality, hence you just practice real interviews and online interviews both. Don't hesitate to meet people in person. Meeting people gives you more confidence, more learning. So don't hesitate meeting people. I've been saying this repeatedly, as I have seen many youngsters who hesitate to visit our office in person or go for the interview in person. They want to have online interviews. They want to have online classes all the time. We must thank this digital learning, digital world, to make us go through all this and learn more things when we were locked down, when we were locked out. There are some periods in which we want to come out and we want to meet people and we want to roam around and we want to see things physically. Hence, being with online, chatting with friends, using social networking through a smartphone are equally important, and we should have some chances to get along with people in person also. We should have two kinds of lives. One, we can sit down at home and we do phone for our career upgrade and self-development, and also we can come out of our house, can face the reality and take up the challenges, learn things outside. So both should go parallel. You can't miss this and you can't miss that also. We do not know what is going to happen tomorrow. Thank God and nature, which has helped us to come out of this COVID-19 consistently. Should not happen again. If at all we get locked once again, so even that time we cannot keep ourselves idle for a long time. Keep watching movies, keep watching our entertainment parts. And you should know how to utilize your smartphone, which you have it as your third hand in your body. How to utilize it effectively for your self-development, personality development, and career ability to face the tomorrow. Without knowing the conditions which are present in the reality, you keep moving. You keep moving on electronic devices alone may not help you to face the reality. Many industries today want people, those who are able to have good interpersonal relationships, who maintain the relationship and also the distance with others, because we are going to work in the industry in a group, not alone. You'll be a part of one department in which there are 5, 6, 10 people, 20 people will be there. So you should know how to handle the people, and also we must know how to handle the office politics. To face these kind of real-time politics, we should know how to talk to people in person. Almost 99% of us are using smartphones. But I'm seeing many freshers, they are not able to speak confidently even on phones. Just think over, when you are not able to talk to a HR professional or somebody calls from you for an interview from an industry, when you are not confident, to face somebody on your phone, how will you be confident when you meet them in person? So use the phone effectively. Just take some online courses on how to attend telephonic interviews, how to have telephonic interviews, how to face the telephonic interviews or online interviews, and also check out how to face the real-time personal interviews. When you are able to face your personal interview confidently, you can very easily face the telephonic interview. When you are not able to face your telephonic interview, I'm sure that you cannot face the personal interview. But when you are able to face the telephonic interview, it is not assured that you will handle the personal interview confidently. That's what I'm saying. You always be prepared for the reality so that the online things, online learnings can be done at any point of time, whenever you wanted to have. So always be prepared to face the reality, meet more people, talk to more people, those who visit your house as relatives or neighbors. Just talk to them, welcome them, talk to them. These are all the practices which you are giving to yourself at your home. Talking to somebody freely without any hesitation. Take one subject, just discuss with them. Kind of physical preparation will make you to be more confident on online preparation. But online preparation will not make you be confident on physical preparation. That's why I always advise my students to be prepared for the personal interviews, not telephonic online interviews. Sometimes we used to have a telephonic discussion with a fresher. He speaks very confidently. He answers whatever questions I throw. But when I met him in person, I felt very shocked. He was not able to answer even one question, even about his basic personal profile. He was not able to speak much on that. He hesitates, he sweats. So learning is a continuous journey, as I mentioned earlier. Keep learning. You have a beautiful opportunity available to you, which we did not have in those days in 90s. We went on streets and roads to get a book. We visited many libraries. We visited many of our seniors' houses to get the book and to have some reference to make it photocopied. But now you don't have to roam around. Just take your smartphone and type whatever you want related to your subject. You get to know it. But how many of us are doing this and using this? If we are not able to use our smartphone effectively for our career upgradation, please, my dear friends, don't mistake me. You are not supposed to use this smartphone at all. We can have a ordinary keypad phone. So the smartphone gives you whatever you want, where you want to go. That gap it bridges. It takes you to the place. If you want to be very good in Excel, MS Office Excel, if you want to be excellent in Excel, you don't have to undergo for a training program, or you don't have to visit a computer center nearby home or university. You just keep practicing by seeing the YouTube online Excel tutors. That will help you to become master in Excel. Maximum within 7 days. Within 1 week, you can become excellent in Excel. You can become an excellent Tally. You can become a master in communication. You can become a master on your subject. Sometimes even without your professor's support. You get everything online, but we are not using the phone in that perspective. That is the issue today. Since we all have got smartphones in our pocket, we are hesitating. Sorry, we are not knowing how to use it. When I give the phone to a small kid, it goes to all toys pages or games or that. But when it is given to a person who is educated, who is a graduated, who is looking for a job, the first question he should type in his smartphone Google is, what are the available opportunities available for a graduate in this place? What are the industries which are looking for a graduates like me? What are the questions during the interview? Those kind of things to be typed and seen. I have seen many youngsters, those who came out of college, I raised this question. They said no, they have not seen their phone. What are the questions asked during the interview? Kind of their career upgradation questions. They don't type and say. Okay. So I humbly request you all, use your smartphones effectively for your online learning, and also practice visiting people in person, and also meet more people, call people and talk, circulate your CV more, try to become a master on your subject. When you become a master of a subject, you spontaneously feel confident and you can face anyone in reality for interviews or any discussion. He raises 10 questions to you. Out of 10, you can answer at least 6 to 7. When I ask 10 questions to you during the interview, you don't say anything and you are not able to answer even one or two, the chances of getting selected in interviews is comparatively lower, very low. So just increase the probabilities to get selected in interviews. So you don't want to take more time. I repeat, practice online as well as practice the reality of it. Thank you so much.
Now it's time to make a questions based on this section. If anyone have any questions, you can raise.
Sir, my question is, in case of technical-oriented education, how is it possible to private a perfect practical knowledge, for example, engineering information technology?
Student, can you please raise the question again? Sorry for the interruption. Yeah.
You can raise your questions even in Tamil. Don't hesitate to speak in Tamil. Tamil is my mother tongue. Feel proud to speak in Tamil. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, my question is, in case of technical-oriented education, how is it possible to private a perfect knowledge, for example, engineering information technology?
Okay. You can upgrade your technical knowledge by using your online course. There are a lot more technical courses are available in your online classes. There are many YouTube tutors which are helpful to you. You can simply log on to Google and type whatever technical title which you are looking at. You just type it up in your Google. You will get a lot of inputs and tutors in YouTube. During the interviews, one thing I assure you, during the interviews, 99% of the interviews, they don't raise too much in-depth questions to the freshers. When the freshers are attending the interviews, most of the interviews ask very basic questions which are related to the technicalities. your engineering, mathematics, commerce, whatever it is. For example, a BSc chemistry graduate, we used to ask, what is pH? What is the valency of carbon? Define valency. What is atomic number? What is atomic mass? Kind of basic definitions and basic questions are thrown in interviews. You don't have to prepare too much in depth on your technical subject, but when they ask you any in-depth question, if you say no, that is not going to affect the interview result. But when they ask you any basic question, if you say you don't know, that will definitely affect the interview process or your selection. So be prepared on basic technicalities on your domain. I think this answer has solved your question. Any other question?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Our central government is insisting on Thai language. The state government are asked to follow that. Whether it is advisable?
Can you please repeat once again? The central government?
Our central government is insisting on Thai language. The state government are asked to follow that. Whether it is advisable?
So the central government has many schemes to get employment as apprentices. They have NEEM scheme for 2 years, 3 years, and even for apprentices they give 1 year. I don't think so. State governments has any employment platforms in industries. But when you prepare for central government or state government exams, I always suggest students that it's very easy to get through in government exams, because you are already given a syllabus on which you need to be prepared. Just log out your door and just be at your home for 3 months or 4 months. Maximum 100 days you can clear your government exams. During the 100 days, you are not supposed to use your social networking. You are not supposed to meet your friends. You are not supposed to attend any friends and relations, marriage functions, all that. You have to be fully focused on those government exams, whether central or state. These 100 days will give you definitely a government job. You should have some smart work without wasting your time. Just prepare on the given subject for 100 days continuously without any gap. You will definitely clear the examination. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, if the students are going on and studying online means they will mentally affect, no, sir?
Yes, absolutely, you are right. You cannot. That's what I've been insisting right from my beginning session. I always insisted students to be online as well as offline classes. That will make you stress-free. You always do online programs for continuously morning to evening, day by day, every day. It goes on like this. That is not good health-wise as well as you will get too much of stress. Keeping your phone for 1 hour, 2 hours, your eyes becomes all health issues will take place. You sit in one place for hours together. That is not good to your eyes, to your health, all that. So you should have personal movements outside. So I always students to be practice on the reality, practice outside, so that online you can do anytime, but it is not advisable to be online all the time. So I think you should know the limit of having, but personal contact class also you can have all the time, but you cannot have online classes all the time, be online all the time. So that's what I always advise students to be, practice the reality as well as online. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
Thank you, students, and thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time and knowledge. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to meet all of you. Thank you once again. Thank you.
The students and the professors and all the delegates, now we shall have our lunch break. And again, we will join the same link sharply at 1:55. Now we shall have our lunch break, and again we will join the same link sharply at 1:55 for our third session. Thank you all. Thank you so much.